A Trump-appointed judge by the name of Brett Ludwig, this week in Wisconsin, dealt a devastating legal blow to the people who were going to show up next week to protest the Republican National Convention, where they will officially be doing Donald Trump's coronation. So the judge says that, hey, of course you guys have the right to protest, right? You can definitely be out there. However, you don't have the right to protest just any which way you want. So you will be relegated to a 90-block area that the city has mapped out for you. You cannot, the judge says, cross the, quote, hard security line. Because, you know, we got to protect Donald Trump. He's got Secret Service protection. He's the former president. We don't want y'all crazies out there, you know, doing anything bad. So you're going to go on the route that the city has mapped out for you. That's what the judge said. Now, the ACLU, who of course filed the lawsuit, made sure to point out to the judge prior to the ruling that, Judge, the city said they were going to give us a route. They haven't done it. Like, they haven't mapped it out. So we can't say that this route is good or bad because they haven't done what they were already legally supposed to do. And the judge was like, nah, just do what they tell you to do. But they've told us nothing. Like, they haven't given us the route. How can you issue this ruling when the thing you're ruling in favor of doesn't actually even exist? That is mind-blowing. But it's a Trump-appointed judge, so yeah, that tracks, right? Judge also said this in the ruling, which is 100% not based in the Constitution. The coalition members have the right to march in protest of the RNC. Their right to do so lies at the heart of the First Amendment. But the First Amendment does not allow them to protest or parade in any way they choose. Really, Judge? Really? Now, you're kind of right. You're not 100% right by any stretch. You're kind of right. You see, the First Amendment does in fact allow American citizens the right to peacefully assemble. Okay? We can protest. We can have these protest parades if we so choose. Now, where court decisions have come in has said that, hey, basically, you can't do it on government property unless, of course, the government has allowed a specific area for you to do that. But government property is property of the federal government, so you can't, trespass on their property to do so. And now if you're not trespassing, like if you're doing it, around the Washington Monument, something like that, absolutely you can do it. If it's private property, right? Like, y'all cannot come and hold a protest on my front lawn. You can't do it at my pizza shop. I don't have a pizza shop, but if I did, you couldn't protest inside my shop. Yeah, that's not covered by the First Amendment. But these protesters were not asking to do that. They weren't asking to do it on federal property. They weren't asking to do it in private businesses. They said, we're going to protest on the publicly owned infrastructure here in Wisconsin. And yes, that is covered by the United States Constitution. You cannot just block these areas off and say, nope, sorry, you can't assemble here because Donald Trump's over in that building. Now, yes, there are health, safety, welfare laws where the city can pass an ordinance and change these kinds of things, but that's actually what the lawsuit was trying to challenge. There is no reason to block these streets off from the protesters. They do not pose a threat. You have not proven that they've posed a threat. In fact, the judge even basically said that the Secret Service and the city never actually showed that these people were a real threat. But by God, we don't want Trump and the Republicans to see protesters. So y'all are going to have to go on this non-existent protest route that the city just, hasn't gotten around to creating, even though that convention is only 4 days away now. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena. And Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.